What happens when a forgotten warrior returns from the silence of time, reforged, reborn, and more brutal than ever? In the shadows of today's AAA chaos, where every game screams for your attention with open worlds and loot counters, something quieter stirs. From the grimdark vault of 2011, Warhammer $40,000 Space Marine rises again, now reimagined as the Master Crafted Edition. But this isn't just a resolution bump or some quick nostalgia cash-in. No, this is a callback to violence with weight, to heroism without glory, to that brutal ballet where every swing of a Chainsword feels like it matters. You are not a chosen one. You are not special. You are a Space Marine, cold, calculating, unstoppable. But the galaxy has changed. And as you return to the battlefield, something deeper gnaws at the edges. Was it really just another war? Or something personal you left, unfinished? This isn't a remaster. This is a reckoning. Welcome to the Master Crafted Edition. Are you ready to feel the weight again? Let's talk upgrades. Because this isn't just a spit shine. From the moment you drop into the Forge world, the changes hit you. The Master Crafted Edition brings Warhammer 40K Space Marine into 2025 with a kind of clarity that feels like someone finally wiped the grime off your visor. We're talking native 4K resolution on supported systems and a locked 60 frames per second, and not just in empty hallways, but during full-on orc rushes, explosions, and jetpack dives. The pacing of the action benefits massively from that smoother frame timing. Textures, sharper, character models, refined with added detail, enough to see the scratches on Titus's armor, the grime on an orc's cleaver, and the glow of plasma. Fire in low light. Lighting and shadows bring environments to life in ways the original hinted at, but couldn't quite achieve. And audio? Rebalanced and enhanced. The roar of the boltgun now thuds in your chest. Melee strikes ring louder, more savage, more personal. But here's the key. It still feels like the same game. The devs didn't over-modernize. They respected the bones. Think of it like restoring a relic, not replacing it. It's faithful. But now it breathes deeper, looks meaner, and sounds like it's been waiting to return. And honestly, that polish adds weight to every step. Now let's shift gears, from spectacle to feel. The Master Crafted Edition doesn't just look better, it plays smoother. And that's huge. The original game, while beloved, had that early 2010s clunk. Menu navigation that fought you. Camera. Controls with the finesse of a tank tread. And a UI that sometimes felt like it was yelling in Gothic Latin. But now, the entire user interface has been overhauled. It's cleaner, snappier, modern, but not sterile. Everything you need is accessible without breaking the immersion. Whether you're swapping loadouts, checking objectives, or diving into multiplayer, progression. It's just there. No friction, no fight. Controls have been modernized too. Gamepads feel tighter, aiming snappier, and melee combos land with a responsiveness that just wasn't there before. If you've ever bounced off the original due to stiff inputs or camera jank, this version earns a second look. And here's the real kicker. Every DLC ever released is included. Right from the jump, you're packing extra weapons, skins, multiplayer, maps, and armor variants. No extra downloads, no microtransaction shops lurking in the corner. This is the full arsenal, fully loaded, no paywalls, just pure, uncut Space Marine chaos, ready for war the moment you boot up. Let's be real. Multiplayer in Space Marine was a hidden gem. Buried under the hype of other shooters at the time, it quietly delivered one of the most intense, skill-driven PvP arenas of its generation. And now, it's back, and sharper than ever. The Master Crafted Edition revives the full 8v8 competitive multiplayer mode, complete with crossplay support across platforms. That means no more dead lobbies, no matter where you're playing. You're in the fight, always, and the class. System, still tight, still surprisingly deep. You've got 3 core archetypes, each a different flavor of war. The Assault class is your fast-moving melee maniac, jetpack equipped and born for brutal hit and run. The Devastator, a walking turret, packing heavy weapons and soaking up fire like a walking tank. And then there's Tactical, the balanced backbone, equally deadly at range and up close, adapting to whatever the fight throws at you. Customizations in full swing too. Loadouts, armor cosmetics, progression trees. It's not the bloated RPG light mess some modern shooters have become. It's lean, focused, and rewards mastery. But here's what makes it special. This isn't just PvP to grind for gear. It's thematic. You're not just playing to win. You're stepping into the skin of a space marine, dueling across war-torn forges in the name of the Emperor, and every kill feels earned. At the heart of Space Marine isn't just blood and bolts, it's duty. And that weight sits heavy on the shoulders of Captain Titus, your protagonist, a towering figure of discipline in a universe that has none. The campaign kicks off in Chaos, Forge. World Graia is under siege. Orcs have poured in like a green tide, and something far darker is stirring beneath. You're not here to save civilians or negotiate peace. You're here to hold the line, protect Imperial assets, and crush whatever dares. Defy the Emperor's will. Titus isn't some chosen hero. He's a soldier, a tool. But cracks form, doubt creeps in. And through it all, the campaign weaves a surprisingly human tale beneath all the power armor. One of leadership, loyalty, and questions that Space Marines aren't supposed to ask. What's refreshing is the pacing. The story doesn't drag. There's no open-world bloat or side quest padding. Just a tight 7-10-hour ride of linear missions, escalating stakes, and set pieces that still slap. One moment you're holding a crumbling trench, the next you're jetpacking into a chaos portal like it's a Tuesday, and it ends exactly when it should. No overstay. Just a clean, war-torn punctuation mark on a campaign that knows exactly what it is. This is where the game earns its name. Combat in Space Marine isn't just a feature. It's the core identity. It's heavy, aggressive, and unapologetically old school. Forget cover shooters and careful peeking. This is forward momentum. You're not hiding behind sandbags. You're charging through blood mist with a Chainsword roaring like a demon. Gunplay hits hard. Every weapon has weight. The boltgun, it doesn't just shoot. It thumps like you're launching miniature warheads. The plasma gun cooks your enemies into puddles. The stalker bolter turns you into a silent executioner. Each shot feels like it could end a small war, and sometimes it does. But where it separates itself is melee. It's not a backup plan. It's a core mechanic. Slicing through hordes with a Chainsword, cleaving with a power axe, or crushing. With the Thunderhammer, melee isn't just cathartic, it's tactical. You regain health by finishing enemies in close quarters. That's right. No hiding, no regenerating behind cover. You want to live? Get in there and bleed for it. Add in Fury mode, where time slows, health returns, and every strike becomes a one-man purge. And then later, jetpack segments that let you slam down like a comet. It's just pure, unfiltered power fantasy. This is the kind of combat that sticks in your bones. So, is Warhammer $40,000? Space Marine. Mastercrafted edition worth your time in 2025? Absolutely. But it depends on what you're looking for. If you're expecting the scope of modern open-world RPGs or the customization buffet of today's live service shooters, this might feel lean. But that's the point. This game was always about tight design, focused fury, and a single mission: be the hammer. And now, thanks to the polish of this remaster, better visuals, smoother controls, full DLC, modernized UI, it finally feels as strong as it always looked in our memories. At $39.99 or free with Game Pass, it's a killer package, not bloated, not diluted. Just you, your bolter, and a whole lot of heretics who need convincing. But beyond the performance stats and remaster buzz, this is a reminder of a different era in gaming. One where the story ended when it was meant to, where multiplayer was skill first, where the action never apologized for being brutal. So here's my question to you. Did you play Space Marine back in 2011? Did it hit differently then? And are you ready to return now? Or maybe this is your first time donning the armor? Either way, drop your war stories below. Let's resurrect this legend together.